All right. So if you don't already know this, first of all, welcome. We're very, very grateful to have you. This is the Transformation Triumphs Retreat. These retreats started 4 years ago, just before COVID. And, because of the timing of it, the virtual format was perfect, of course. And we all learned how to use this technology that we've had for years and years and years. And so it had a real impact on the learning curve of those who were maybe resisting a little bit, some of this coming into the 21st century. But the idea behind these retreats was to bridge that gap between the personal and the professional development in the world. And Transformation Triumphs is the theme that we're going with this year. Some of the themes in the past were community currency. So all about kind of our relationships in the world, the success synergy. So how success shows up in each of our lives. What peaceful prosperity, I think, was kind of about, being calm in the eye of the storm. There were some incredible, powerful speakers, and we have several of them back this year. We're so very, very pleased with that. But as producer of the retreat with and through Soul Heart Collaboration, my business, I just wanted to give Cheryl Clark a huge, big hug and shout out for all that she does to help manage this growing event. So we started with, I kid you not, 10 people in the room, 10 people registered 4 years ago. And I was thrilled. There were 5 speakers. There were twice as many attendees. And so it was great. It was absolutely perfect. We've grown by 150% each year. And this year is not going to be any different. We have upwards of 150 to probably by the end of this retreat, it will be about 200 registered attendees. So just like my mind is blown. So thank you for all you all have done to share this event, because the messages that these speakers offer are so powerful and so exciting. And with that, I just want to share one more thing that's kind of a little businessy thing, which is the mission behind Soul Heart Collaboration and why it was founded, how it was founded, et cetera, and what our goal is. Our mission is to provide informative and integral events that elevate the mind, body, and soul to create a butterfly effect in the world of value, gratitude, peace, and love. And each and every word of that was chosen very specifically and very intentionally. And truly, the more we embrace who we are and the magic we have, I know the ripple effect that has on the world around us individually, and then out into the world at large. So thank you for representing your individual selves, your communities, and the world at large by being here. So give yourselves a little pat on the back for that, because it's just like it makes me all excited. Couple of housekeeping things. We want to make sure that we're muted because we are recording these. We want the speakers to have the limelight. If you have questions, comments, aha moments, anything at all that you would like to share, feel free to do that in the chat box. As I said earlier, if you're uncomfortable being on camera, you certainly do not have to. I happen to know that several of our speakers are really excited to see your sweet, friendly faces. So if you are willing to be on camera, that's certainly you're in a safe place to do that. So feel like you can. But you don't have to. The schedule is on the website, which I'm going to drop that in the chat box as soon as we are done, so that you can take a quick look at some of the titles and exciting things that are coming up in the next 3 days. We will be on this very same Zoom link, so keep it handy. And of course, we'll send you some emails to remind you of what that link is. If any of your people or anybody you know is trying to join this event, please invite them and share the link. We will get back with them on whatever the back end administrative stuff is. Okay. We're going to keep track of who's here and what that. If you're a note taker, you're definitely going to want to go get your pen and paper, because our first speaker today is coming up right now. Her name is Jo Mazgay. She is going to tell us a little bit about 3 steps to seek out your own life purpose from within. Jo Mazgay is a creator of transformative platforms, events, and workshops dedicated to empowering women. Her mission is to help them shed shame, loneliness, to nurture mental wellness, and to build strong community. Jo is a contributing voice to the Transformation Triumphs Retreat and book, her second book, which is a project following the success of her first one, Conscious Transformation, in 2021. These projects have paved the way for her forthcoming intimate revelation of embracing her unapologetic femininity. She shares her wisdom as a mentor with big brothers and big sisters, and serves as a leader and facilitator at Soulful Camps, Ontario. Jo has been featured in the Canadian magazines, in a few Canadian magazines, and her leadership for embodying the divine feminine and empowering women to embrace their authentic selves. She is co-founder, get this, of EmbracedHeartsCommunity.com. Again, we'll share the link in the chat. And you can contact her at her website, jomazgay.com. Please help me welcome our very brave, very first speaker, Jo Mazgay.
Thank you. Hello. Hi. My name's Jo Mazgay. There's nothing else I can say. Jamie did it all for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to give a huge shout out to Jamie and to Cheryl for inviting me to be a part of this. I am beyond grateful for your friendship, for your mentoring, for being women we can admire. Thank you. I'm excited about the book that's coming out in December. And if you are coming to me from anywhere, I want to know where you're coming from. I want to know how far we're going, because this is the first time I've ever done something this big, international. And I know we got Scotland, and I know we got Southern California, and I know we have Hawaii, but if you can beat that, I want to know, because I'm up in the north. I'm in Barrie, Ontario, Canada. And this is really exciting. This is exciting how far we can reach nowadays. I am coming to talk to you about, who are you? What's your purpose? What excites you? Because I spent a long time not excited. I spent a long time denying who I was. I spent a long time pretending to be somebody I wasn't. And all I can tell you about that is that I was miserable. I was miserable. I was lonely. I was completely disconnected from myself. And what I've learned is this: I can't connect to anybody else if I can't connect to myself. I can't find my purpose. I can't find my passion. I can't find my people if I don't know who I am, because then all of our people are connecting with a mask, right? With who we should be and who we think we're going to be. But if I don't put myself out there, if I don't stand up and say, no, my name is Jo and I am a divinely feminine creature, then the other women out there who resonate with that, or men, won't find me. And that's how I lived for a really long time. So I went on a journey. It didn't really start out intentionally on the journey. The universe kicks our ass every once in a while, right? Kali, if you know the goddess Kali, they come in and they blow it up. You don't get to live on a path of ease. You're here to do more. So if you've ever thought to yourself, is this all there is? What is my purpose? This is what we're here to tell you about. I'm going to talk about 3 ways that you can connect to your purpose, to your passion, because that is how you live fully. That is how you live authentically. When you first reconnect to yourself. Second, get to know what your passions are. Then you can turn your passions into purpose, right? It took me 40 plus years to do this. This isn't, hey guys, tomorrow you're going to do this. It took a long time, but here are the steps that we've gone through. First and foremost, you have to know yourself. And I'm not going to go too far into this because I know we have Kelly up next, and Kelly is actually going right into who am I, and how amazing is that organically came together. We didn't plan it. I've never met Kelly, but my next friend, the next speaker is going right to who am I. So I'm just going to give you my Cole's notes and tell you, you have to connect to yourself. Can you look in a mirror and face yourself? Look yourself in the eye. It was hard for me for a very, very, very long time. So if you want to know my Cole's notes, I'm going to tell you, first of all, slow down. Slow down. And we talk often about, yoga and meditation and this and that, but there are a lot of other steps as reflection, finding your breath, actually listening to what's happening around you, listening to the environment, listening to the people who come to you. But most of all, what about this? What about your heart? This heart voice, this is your guiding light. This is how it tells you what excites you. And that's most important. If you can stop and ask yourself, why do you do what you do? What's the first voice that comes out? Listen to that. That's how you're going to find yourself. Make time and space for that self-connection, right? We live in a time where we have instant gratification, cell phone, texting, Zoom links. Yet we're a culture who's dying for connection, for person-to-person connection, heart-to-heart hugs. I am waiting for the day to go to Southern California and get a hug from Jamie. My friend Cheryl Clark gives the best hugs. Make the time to create space to find yourself. Are you comfortable with being alone? There's a big question. Can you sit in silence? I love being alone, mostly because I have 4 kids and my life is chaotic. However, I like being alone. I like a bath. I like a book. Can you shut off your phone, shut off your social media, and just come inside yourself? Start to pay attention to what is around you that excites you, that makes you happy, right? Up here in Barrie, we are having the most beautiful fall. It's 22 degrees out. The leaves are turning red and orange and yellow, and it's so beautiful. That's what makes me happy. Reconnect to your physical body. Yoga, breath, meditation. What about your mirror? When's the last time you actually looked yourself, your whole self? I know a lot of curves. I like the curves. When is the last time you got to look at yourself fully in the mirror and see yourself? Not who you want to be, not the makeup, not the clothing, but who are you? It's really important because we hold our emotions in our body. We hold all of our emotions in that sacral chakra space, in our womb space. And if we don't honor who we are, then it becomes a physical ailment. Then it becomes a problem. You got to know yourself. You got to know how you feel. Journal, a life audit, a life evaluation. When's the last time anybody did that? Where am I? Am I happy? Am I choosing my life, or is my life being chosen for me? We are human beings, social creatures. We are not meant to get up, go to work, pay the bills, go to bed, repeat. We are meant to find joy. We are meant to find connection. We got to come back to that. So if you can't find yourself, if you can't look in a mirror and be like, yes, there you are, this feels good, damn, you look good in red. If you can't do that, what can you change to come back to that? Once you reconnect to yourself, get to know who you are. Spend time in that. Has anybody here lately done a personality test? There's Myers-Briggs. There's all sorts out there. If you do a personality test honestly, Do the results match who you feel you are? They don't always, because we put out different personas. But who are you? What is your style? What do you like? Not what does society want you to do? Who are you? What do you do for fun? That gets really exciting. Ask people what they see in you. And does it align? I can ask my friend Margaret and my friend Cheryl, what do you see? What do you feel when we talk? And then I'm going to compare it to how I feel about myself. Am I putting my true self out? It's really important to know that. Are you doing this for you? When you're looking for your purpose, when you're looking for your passion, it's a personal journey. It's not what my parents wanted for me. It's not what I want to impress my followers on Facebook. It's not who I'm pretending to be. Who are you? And are you doing it for you? If you don't know yourself, you can't find your passion, you can't find your purpose, and then life becomes very hollow. What are you most grateful for? That will lead to passion. What excites you? What smells just make you go, oh, I remember that? Smell is a huge memory trigger. I love in the spring, the first time I smell a barbecue and grass being cut, because now I know the seasons are changing. And that tells me I love being outside. I love the spring. I love hearing the birds sing. That's me getting to know myself. I'm not a summer. I'm a redhead. I can't sit in 40 degrees. That's ridiculous. Everybody loves the summer. I don't. I'm a redhead. I can't help it. You got to know who you are. Spring and fall, baby. Those are my seasons. That's what I live for. We create our world. Sometimes we accept what other people give us. Sometimes we put out what we think is expected of us, but we create it. So what are you passionate about? What is your heart voice? We all have a lot of voices. Some of us more than others. I'll cop to that. You know, you ask yourself a question and everything comes into your head. But the first voice, that's your heart. The rest is your head trying to talk you out of it. But if you can honestly ask yourself a question and honestly listen to that first voice that comes out, you're going to find the true self. You're going to find your true answers. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Let's go back to before the shoulds kicked our butts, before we thought we were supposed to go to university, we were supposed to get married and have a white picket fence. Before you got that pressure, what did you want to do? Do you like to sing? Do you like to act? Do you like to dance in the rain? There's no wrong answers because it's all self. What did you love learning about? Right? I love learning about people. I want to know, when I meet somebody, I don't want to know your story. I want to know your grit. I want to know where you came from. Everybody's got a story, and lots of us have many stories. But what's in here? What brought you to here? That's what I want to know. What can you talk about endlessly? It's hard for me because I can talk a lot. But what topic are you like, I can go and I can go and I can go? That's passion. That's excitement. And not only that, what conversations draw you in? I know this is going to be a little bit shocking. I am an introvert and I have huge social anxiety. I can do this, but you ask me to walk in a room and make small talk, I'm looking for a back door. But if you're forced to do it and you're forced to go in a room, what conversations catch your ear? What conversations do you want to join in? What topics are you like, oh, hang on, I want to know about that? They exist. You'll know. Next time you walk around and you start listening, be like, I caught that and I want to know more. That's you finding not just your like-hearted people, but listening to your heart, letting your heart lead you to where your passions are. And how do you turn that passion into purpose? That's the key. It's about giving yourself permission to do what makes you happy. How often do we do that? Does this bring me joy? Marie Kondo had it all along. Maybe not the whole closet, but what about life? What brings you joy? What people do you want to be around? Is it the powerful or is it the kind? And it doesn't matter. It's not one's wrong, one's right. It's what's right for you. That's what's important. And when you can surround yourself with people who inspire you, who inspire passion, who are positive, and who want to see you succeed, then you're really going to find your passion. That's why I keep my circle close. I have a small circle of friends. And those connections, because they're so deep, fill me up more than 100 acquaintances ever will. That's passion. What's the common denominator? What brings us together? If you only pursue what does not light your soul, you will burn out. You will hit snooze. You will feel sick. You don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to the parties. You don't want to leave your house. But when you are doing the things that excite you and bring you joy, you don't even need to set an alarm clock. You just get up and go. Release your shoulds. What you should be doing is bullshit. You got to come from your heart. Lower your expectations, raise your standards. And come from here. Find that purpose, find that passion, and move forward with it. Passion is what consumes your heart, your mind. And the purpose is how you use it in your life. How do you use it to move forward? And maybe your passion is something that you can't create a job out of, but you can create a work-life balance, right? You can seek meaningful work that fills you up, and then create on the outside in your personal life the things that light you up even further. That's the trick. We have it all wrong. We work and we work and we work and we work. And then we're exhausted, and then we're burnt out, and we barely have time to do the things that we love. Balance, find the two, bring them together, and your life will change. I would invite you to ask yourself one question before I sign off. Is your soul empty or full? And either way, how does it feel? Because I lived on empty for a really long time. I did what I should do. I had the house, I had the car, I had the kids. I was surrounded by people, good people, but I was lonely because my soul was empty. And now I step into my feminine. Now I live from my heart. I don't have the nicest house in the block, but I have the most family feeling house in the block. I have the most welcoming, warm home. That's what brings me passion. My passion is to love. It's not to fight. My passion is to bring people together, not to push them out. And now that I've stepped into that, I wake up every day in joy. And that's why we do what we do. My name is Jo Mazgay. I am a divinely feminine creature. I am so grateful for the people who are in my life right now, because this is the happiest I've ever been. It took me 40 plus years to get here, and I ain't going anywhere. Thank you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yay. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And boy, is that on target and right on point for, I know, many, many people in this room. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, you want to hear my takeaways?
Absolutely. You
All
wrote
right.
notes? Bring them on.
Yes.
I'm going to take my notes off my laptop now. Just a second here.
The first one was slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. Yeah. The questions like, who am I? The mirror work. Heart.
Get off autopilot.
Yeah, right. I mean, honestly, it is really difficult to go through, to live in a big city and not be affected by it. You know, we take vacations for a reason, and it's to stop the everyday, to reset, to reconnect with Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call it. It is taking a step back. But let me tell you something, that question at the end, is your soul empty or full? Love.
And how did it feel? How did it feel? How did it land when you asked yourself? Were you like, was it, I feel pretty good, or I have some work to do?
If I didn't have work to do, I wouldn't be in this business, my friend.
Right.
So it hit me hard, because we've been my daughter, I'm just going to be your client for a moment. My daughter is first year at college, and my husband and I are struggling to be on the same page about that, about how to handle it. So it kind of sucks right now. So I'm like, so this question is like, it's not a fun question to ask myself right now, because I'm really mad at him.
Yeah.
He's not handling it like a mature adult, and he's blaming the kid for not handling it like a mature adult. And it breaks my heart to see it.
But if we don't ask ourselves the tough questions, and we don't know the things that we need to do, how do we grow? How do we evolve? How do we move forward?
Exactly. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Absolutely loved it.
Thank you.
My pleasure.